We're going to have this morning a Pilates fusion class, starting off with some meditation, gentle yoga, and then classical Pilates taught by Joseph Pilates. And I am going to also teach a relaxation pose that you can go to at any time if something makes your body feel angry, because this is your special class this morning. So you have some choices. We can always modify some exercises. Let me just get this started here. All righty. So let's begin sitting on our mat in a relaxation pose, maybe crisscross applesauce. And let's just create some calm this morning, closing our eyes and taking a deep breath in. We're going to be working on creating some calm this morning and connecting to our breath. Let's take a deep breath in and let it all go. And we're going to continue connecting to our breath. And I'm going to just create some positive intentions this morning on this beautiful Friday morning. It's just working on our breath, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Let's not wait until everything is just right. It will never be perfect. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and less than perfections. So let's get started this morning with each step you take, getting stronger than yesterday, more and more self-confident, and creating some self-awareness. Let's continuing on our breath, calming our mind. You are on your own journey. Let's pace ourselves, embrace the gifts of new beginnings, making a mental note to just breathe. Be patient with yourself. We're all learning how to find some inner peace. Let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. Let's focus on some positive, intentional meditation this morning, creating a goal of calm. Let's think in our brain, our personal, one of our favorite days, perhaps maybe just relaxing with a cup of tea and honey, something very simple, our favorite book. Perhaps we're at the beach and we're feeling that beautiful sun and the wind, or up in the mountains, and just taking a deep breath in, connecting to a favorite day, or perhaps thinking of a calming color, maybe purple or orange, and just creating that mindfulness. Let's take a deep breath in and letting it all go. One more deep breath in and letting it all go. Slowly opening our eyes. And we're going to start right now with our relaxation pose. So this is a gentle pose that you can go into at any time in the class to modify it. If anything makes you your back a little bit angry, or if it's too challenging. So this is what I call baby back roll. We're going to lie on our back, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Knees are coming to our chest, and we're just hugging our knees and rolling out our spine. And this is a really good one I recommend if your back is feeling a little tight, if you've been sitting on your computer a lot or in office appointments or driving a lot, or perhaps you just want to give yourself some self-care and keeping our back and our core nice and strong. This is a good one to also start off the morning with, maybe when your coffee is if you're making a coffee or having your breakfast. And then perhaps you can even go to Happy Baby, pulling onto your big toes and rolling out your lower spine or lumbar spine. So we're just enjoy this gentle back exercise for maybe another minute. And then we are going to go into some gentle yoga and then our classical Pilates. And I will throw out a few challenges. And this is our relaxation pose you can go to at any time. And our goal this morning is to create that calm on our mat that we can bring into our life. Always remembering that our breath is something we can keep in our back pocket in times of joy, in times of stress. All righty. And you may want to have a little sip of water now before we start our yoga, keeping hydrated. All righty. So we are going to come now into Angry Cat and Cow. We're coming onto the mat, onto our hands. Our hands are nice and open. We are on our knees, and we're gently bringing up our spine to the ceiling, taking a deep breath in, and then exhaling, bringing our bellies back down to the mat. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Honoring our spine, bringing each vertebrae up slowly, one at a time, loosening that back, bringing it all the way up, taking a nice deep breath in and letting it go. So we're going to continue this cat-cow exercise for about another minute. I always like to let everybody know where we're at. Taking another deep breath in, rolling up our spine, letting it all go. All right, last one. Letting it all go. Let's come up to downward dog, coming up on our toes, and we're going to let that head gently rest between our arms and then slowly walking out that dog, bringing each foot back down to our mat. Creating more flexibility in our legs today. And now we're going to bring our knees down, forehead coming down to the mat, and our toes, our big toes are touching. And we're going to come into child's pose, slowly walking those fingers out, trying to lengthen our spine. And let's take another deep breath in and let it all go. Another deep breath in. One more time. And we're going to come up to our downward dog pose again, perhaps getting a little bit more flexibility, walking those feet out. And then we're going to come out. You have some choices here. We can come into a plank for 5 or 10 seconds or 30, up to you, what your level is. We can add some push-ups. And if you're just getting started working on your plank, you can always bring one foot up at a time, holding that belly in nice and tight. It's a little more gentle, still getting lots of benefits. If your wrists are bothering you at all, you can come down to your forearms, holding that plank for a few seconds. And then let's bring our belly all the way back down to the ground, to our mat. And we're going to gently come up to King Cobra, getting that nice hyper extension for our chest. So you can stay in a King Cobra, or if you want, we're going to try a new exercise today. This is a little bit challenging. And you can hold on to your feet. This is called rocker. You can extend your legs a little bit. And if you want, the next step is to bring your head up into that King Cobra position. And you can try to gently rock. Getting a little stronger than yesterday. Now let's slowly come out of this pose. And we're going to come back into child's pose. Big toes are touching. Forehead is on the mat. And let's just walk it out with our fingers. Taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Another deep breath in and letting it all go. One more time. Coming back into downward dog. Hands are flat on the mat. We're coming up on those toes, letting our head rest between our arms, walking out that dog again. Feeling a little more flexible than we started. We are going to come back into that plank. Again, you can do some push-ups. You can come down onto your forearms if you feel that's a little more gentle on your wrist. And this time you can come, if you choose, into King Cobra, coming up. Or you can come all the way back down to the mat, a little more gentle. All right, let's come back into that downward dog. Last time, feeling our spine a little looser than this morning. Gonna walk out our dog. Bringing our knees all the way back down to the mat. It's coming back into angry cat, bringing that belly all the way up to the ceiling and then all the way back down to the mat. Let's take another deep breath in, bringing that spine arched to the ceiling and then bringing it all the way back down. All right, ladies, I think it's a great time to take a sip of water. We're going to move into some classical Pilates, working on our core. We're going to be working on our powerhouse this morning, our shoulder blades to our hips, working on our posture, our back. Let's stand up on our mat into a genie pose. And we're going to, this is a choice of coming back down to our mat. If you want, you can just come all the way to your mat, lie on your back, or you can try this, bringing your right foot behind your left, slowly coming back down to your mat. And we're going to work on our first exercise is called a half roll down. It's very gentle. We're going to hold our thighs and come down one vertebrae at a time, just with a few inches, and then coming all the way up. And when we come up, let's press our hips into the mat and try to elongate our spine, growing a little bit taller. We're going to come down again. We're coming down maybe 3 inches to feel your abs engage. and then coming up, and we're always trying to grow taller, creating that two-way Pilates stretch. So we're going to do this 2 more times. And if you want, you can grab some Campbell's soup cans for a 1-pound weight if you have it in your house, or you can practice that another time. So now we're going to move on to a full roll up. So legs are long and our feet are flexed. And I'm actually going to pretend that I have those soup cans. And I'm going to come down 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. And then I'm going to take a nice stretch over my head, engage my abs and my glutes. You can always put your feet under a couch if this is a little hard, and coming all the way up 1 vertebrae at a time. And the other option is to come down to our half roll up too. So always like to give some choices. All right, so we're going to work on a full roll up again, sitting up nice and tall. And then I'm slowly coming into a C curve with my spine, coming all the way back down, and then coming all the way back up. Okay, 1 more time on that full roll up. And then coming all the way back up. We're going to move on now to an exercise called rolling like a ball. So my feet are flat on the mat. I'm going to bring my hands into prayer position and then slowly open that book, grabbing my ankles, and I will demonstrate this. I'm going to roll back onto my scapula, my shoulder blades, and then roll all the way up. It's supposed to feel like a fun, playful, child's fun exercise, so give it a try. Of course, my mat is sliding. I'll fix it in a minute. Alrighty. So that is rolling like a ball. If you have any toddlers that visit, they love it. Okay, let's come down that full roll up. We're going to move on to our 1 leg circle. All right, so we're coming all the way back down to the mat. Let's take a minute and roll our shoulder blades back, opening up that chest. This is so good for anyone working on their posture and keeping our range of motion as best as we can. So we're connecting to the mat, arms are long and strong, and I'm going to slowly pull up your right leg in a pointed position, and the rest of my body is connected to the mat, and I'm going to do a nice circle with that foot. So your circle can be as small or bigger if you choose, but the goal is to keep the left hip engaged to the mat. A nice, gentle, low impact exercise. This program is all low impact, getting us stronger. So when we do our circles, let's pause up at the top. 8 is great. Keeping that belly engaged, opposite hip is connected to the mat. Let's do 1 more, and then of course we're going to reverse it. Let's do 1 more, and we're going to plug in some isometrics. Let's pretend we have a 50-pound weight on that leg and slowly bring it down the mat intentionally. Now we're going to shoot our left leg up to the ceiling, pointed, keeping that right hip engaged to the mat, and working on our circles again, pausing up at the top. Our left leg is engaged, nice and strong. Happy Friday again, ladies. Let's take a deep breath in, let it all go. thinking about creating a calm this morning. Let's gently reverse that circle going counterclockwise. All right, let's plug in one more. And then we're going to, again, bring this left leg slowly back down to the mat. Let's bring our knees to our chest, coming to that nice relaxation pose, giving ourselves a nice big hug, doing something great for ourselves today, creating some calm, inner peace, getting a little stronger than yesterday, working on our range of motion. All righty. Another good time for a sip of water if you want. We want to stay hydrated, self-care. We're going to move on to one of my favorites, and this is an exercise called scissors. So we are back down on our mat, and our legs are kind of going to be working like a pair of cooking scissors. So I'm going to bring my right leg up to the ceiling, and shoulder blades are coming off the mat, trying to keep my belly in nice and tight. And I'm bringing that leg, that beautiful stretch, pointed to the ceiling. Should feel really nice. I'm holding it for a few seconds, and then I'm going to switch it. And at any time, you can come back into that relaxation pose, the baby back roll. I think we should do two more. Bringing our knees to our chest, rolling out that spine, our lower back, our lumbar spine. Let's come into happy baby, grabbing those big toes, rolling out our spine, working on our strength, our flexibility. Alrighty, we're going to next come into an exercise called lower lift. And there's two options here. A more gentle way is to create a diamond with your hands. And I'm going to put that diamond underneath my seat to protect my lower spine, shooting my legs up to the ceiling. And I'm going to lower in 3 and then bring my legs up in 1. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. If you want to have a little challenge this morning, you can also cradle your neck and do the same move. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. And we're going to lower in 1 and come up in 3. 1, 2, 3. Lower. 1, 2, 3. Lower. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring it all the way back down and just give our backs a little break. That nice, gentle hug, bringing your knees to your chest. And now I'm feeling like maybe we have a little beach dream this morning and we can go to the beach. We're going to work on an exercise, and let's just have a little sip of water called can. It's like being a rockette for the day, but I always say the beachy thing too because it's a very cute thing at the beach. Alrighty, so our can, we are holding ourselves up a little bit with our hands, and our feet, our legs are forward, our knees are bent, and our big toes are resting in the sand, little free dream. We're going to, I will demonstrate, bring our knees to the right, to the left, to the right again, and then we're shooting them out long and strong, trying to hold on for a few seconds, and then we're coming all the way back center. All right, let's do this exercise. Remember, knees to the left, to the right, to the left again, and then long and strong. Keeping those abs in nice and tight. And then we're coming center again, rockette for a day. Alrighty, we're gonna do this one more time. Knees to the right, to the left, to the right again, and then long and strong. Coming center, we're gonna go one last time, ladies, make it your best. Left, right, left, long and strong. Alrighty, we are still at the beach. We're going to do a new exercise called forward fold, and I'm putting my legs out to about the width of the mat, and they are flexed. And I just bought a purple beach ball, and it's like 2 feet high, because this is a Pilates exercise, not a ballet stretch. I am spine stretch forward. I am rolling over that beach ball, coming forward, shooting my tailbone the opposite way, getting that nice, beautiful two-way Pilates stretch. And then I'm going to come back, coming all the way up, elevating my spine, sinking my hips into the mat, and I'm still trying to grow taller, stretching out that spine. And now I'm going to do the same thing again, rolling over my purple beach ball, pick your color, getting that nice two-way Pilates stretch, and then coming all the way up again, sinking my hips into the mat, always working on my posture, keeping it stronger than yesterday. Okay, let's do this one more time. We are coming forward, shooting that tailbone out the opposite way, and then coming all the way up, again, growing taller. All right, now while we're in this position here, we're gonna do something called crisscross. So let's roll our shoulder blades back, opening up that chest, and I'm actually gonna bring my arms out like a T. I have to move my mat out. And I'm gonna bring my right pinky to my left pinky toe, and then I'm going to come center, and again, trying to grow taller, bring the arms out like a T, elongating that spine, and we're gonna go on to the next way. Almost like wringing your spine out like a dish towel. Rolling our shoulder blades back. When we come center, reconnecting to the mat. We're gonna do this one more time. All right, let's just go one more, adding a little challenge. All righty. So this is a challenge. We're still on the beach dream, and maybe there might be a little wine involved with the healthy lunch. I guess I'm having a chef salad, but I'm thinking of a little white wine this morning. And I am going to bring my legs into something called corkscrew. So I'm going to demonstrate it. If it's too difficult or makes your body angry, again, the relaxation pose. is always a choice, bringing your knees into your chest, hugging yourself. All right, so corkscrew, I'm shooting my legs out to the ceiling, and of course, I'm connected to the mat, rolling those shoulder blades back, arms are long and strong. My feet are doing a nice little corkscrew, and your corkscrew could be big or could be small, as long as you have your back glued to the mat. Alrighty, let's bring our knees to our chest and do that little hug. I'm gonna bring in another new exercise, so always a choice to remain in resting pose or to try something new. We're gonna do a little inversion this morning. I am going to roll up on my hips and come into a nice cooking shears with my legs. You can always come into bicycle, nice and gentle. Now I'm going to reverse that bicycle. And then I'm going to slowly come out of this pose. And we're going to come into one of my favorites, called Mermaid. We are going to come up onto our side, and I am holding my left ankle with my arm. I'm going to shoot up my opposite arm up to my ear, and we're working on our obliques with this exercise, bringing it all the way to the ceiling, or as much as we can do this gentle stretch that's comfortable for our own selves, and then come into a nice rainbow stretch, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Another deep breath in. Bringing that arm all the way up to the ceiling again. And perhaps this time we can elevate that stretch and go a little further in a nice gentle motion, and then coming into that beautiful rainbow. Working on our breath. Let's slowly again bring that arm all the way up to the ceiling, trying to grow a little bit longer, a little bit deeper stretch, and then into that gentle rainbow, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. All right, let's slowly come out of this, and of course we're going to move on to the opposite way. Right hand is on our right calf, and we're going to bring the arm up to our ear, taking a deep breath in and letting it all go when we come in that rainbow stretch. Another deep breath in, coming all the way back again, trying to go a little bit deeper in that stretch, stretching those obliques, taking another deep breath in, coming to the rainbow stretch. Doing all the way back up again, and letting that breath go. All righty, I think another sip of water might be a good idea, and we're going to come into some leg lifts. So always options. We can come into our leg lifts on the mat. If that does not feel safe to you, you can always go grab onto a chair with one arm and do leg lifts up and down that way, if that seems to be a good idea for your body today. And of course, I'm coming back down to my mat. You can always come into the baby back roll to also have some choices. I'm going to be laying in banana pose, so I'm at the edge of my mat and I'm bringing my legs forward. I'm trying to bring my belly in nice and tight, working on my spine again. And we're going to point that right leg and bring it slowly forward and then all the way back, nice and slow, maintaining our connection to the mat. And I always like to say 8 is great, but this is your own personal class. Getting stronger on Friday, thinking about our calm. I'm going to be doing 2 more. Then I'm going to bring that leg to touch the opposite one. And we're going to work on our up and down. So point the leg going up and flex it coming back down. Point, flex, point, flex. All right, now we're going to move that leg into some circles. So again, your circle can be small or it can be bigger, pausing up at the top. But our goal is a nice slow impact exercise that our body is glued to the mat. We're just doing resistance training against our own body weights this whole class. Working on strengthening our whole body. All right, this time when we're coming up, pausing up at the top, let's hold on to that for a few seconds and we're going to reverse that circle. Let's do 2 more. And then we're going to work on our inner thigh. So let's bring this leg all the way up. And we're gently going to position that foot towards the opposite foot. Gently push that knee maybe just a ½ inch up. And we're going to bring up our leg that's long. Let's bring it into some up and downs. Our whole body again is connected to the mat. And then we're going to move into some small circles, perhaps the size of a tennis ball. Still keeping our abs in nice and tight. And then reversing that circle. I don't know if anybody has one of those calorie trackers on their watch, but if you're curious, last time I taught a class like this, someone randomly did, and I guess it's maybe 400 calories, which is a nice thing to know. I guess a spin class might be 500, but a lot more sweaty. So I thought that was very encouraging. All right, girls, let's move on to the opposite side. We're going to flip on our mats, still in banana pose. So we're coming long to the edge of our mat, and then our feet are coming forward, just like a little banana. And we're going to start with our forward and back. Sorry, I just have to move my mat a little bit. So the leg on top is pointed and we're coming forward and all the way back. Again, still maintaining that connection to our mat. And our bellies are in nice and tight, getting stronger, feeling a sense of calm. Just thinking about our exercises this morning and our breath. Having that mind-body connection. Maybe we'll do 5 more. And now we are going to move on to our up and down. So bring that foot to match the opposite foot. And we're pointing that foot coming all the way up and then flexing it coming back down. All right, we're going to do 2 more and then progress to our leg circles. Bringing our leg all the way up and circling around, brushing that foot. And again, your circles can be small, up to you, but we just want to try and maintain that nice connection to our mat. Well, we were in sunny Atlanta this morning, but now we're getting a thunderstorm. So nice calming weather. Okay, my leg is up at the top, pausing, and I'm reversing that circle. Okay, let's do 1 more and we're going to move on to our inner thigh. Okay, so let's bring that leg, that working leg up, and again, gently move our foot to the opposite foot. Push up our knee, maybe just a 1/2 inch, tiny bit, what feels good for you this morning. And we're going to bring that opposite leg. We're working on our up and downs, pointing that leg. And now we're going to move on to our small tennis ball circles. And then reversing it. Alrighty, and now let's get out of this lovely exercise and have a sip of water. I want to work on a few range of motion exercises, which are also a great thing to work on every day if you only have a few minutes. Let's come to a standing position, rolling our shoulder blades back, pulling our abs in nice and tight. Just do a few shoulder rolls. And then let's bring our arms into a T. Just do, again, some more shoulder rolls. Joseph Pilates used to say, we're cracking the walnut, engaging that scapula, Standing nice and tall. Legs are long and strong. And let's reverse those circles now. All right, let's bring those lovely arms to a prayer position. And we're going to do a forward roll. Let's bring them all the way up to the ceiling, getting that nice stretch and bringing that big ball of energy to heart center. And then just coming one vertebrae down at a time to our tailbone or coccyx bone, and just doing some nice, gentle, circular rolls, maybe the size again of a tennis ball, loosening up that lumbar spine, reversing those circles. And then we can bring those arms to a nice grandfather clock pendulum. And then let's come up slowly, honoring that spine, one vertebrae at a time, rolling those shoulder blades back. We are going to work on some balance exercises now. Rolling our shoulder blades back, bringing our hands into prayer position. And we are going to bring our right leg up. And if you want, you can always hold onto a chair if you're feeling unsafe with this. But another trick is to pick somewhere in the room to stare at and to just hold that gentle gaze. And if you lose your balance, just try again. Let's slowly bring that leg down. Let's roll our shoulder blades back again. Bring our arms into a T, working on our range of motion. Taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Let's bring those arms together again into prayer position. Again, you can hold onto a chair or a countertop if you're feeling unsafe. Bringing that opposite leg up. Holding that balance for a few seconds. You might find that one side is stronger than the other. Slowly bringing that leg all the way back down. All righty. We're just going to do a little more gentle yoga and closing, and then come back to ending with some meditation. So let's come all the way down to our mat. Our knees are on the mat and our hands are spread wide on our mat. We're going to bring our spine all the way up to the ceiling, taking a deep breath in and coming back down, bringing the belly to the mat gently, taking a deep breath in, coming all the way up, and then exhaling, coming down. Bringing our belly all the way up and coming back down. Coming all the way up and coming back down. Let's bring it up again onto our feet. Head is resting between our arms into that downward dog, walking our dog. And hopefully you feel a little bit more stretched out. We're going to come back into that plank. You can choose to do a few push-ups, or you can bring that belly all the way back down to the mat, coming up into the hyperextension of a cobra. And then let's bring our head back down to the mat to child's pose. Big toes are touching, coming onto my forehead, walking my fingers out, enjoying that nice, beautiful stretch. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. We're going to come into a nice gentle stretch now called Cobra. Again, you can come into your baby back roll if you want. Bringing that right knee forward, opposite leg is long, and you can just remain like here. Or if you want, if it's a better stretch for you, you can come all the way back down to the mat, resting your forehead on your hands. Staying here for maybe 30 minutes or so, just enjoying breathing into the stretch and letting it all go. Alrighty, let's slowly come out of that stretch and go on to the opposite side, bringing that left knee forward. And again, you can just maintain this position, or if you feel a little more limber this morning, you can cross your hands and come down on your forehead and just taking a few deep breaths. Slowly coming out of this stretch. I'm so proud of everybody today. Let's have a sip of water, getting into a comfortable position. Could be crisscross applesauce. You could lay down on your mat on your back, coming into that baby back roll, closing your eyes. And I'm just going to let my voice guide you into some intentional meditation. Let's start with taking a deep breath in and letting it all go. Continuing with connecting to your breath. A clear short-term goal of why we are meditating today, our focus, more peace, less noise, more kindness, less fight. With your eyes half opened or closed, settling into that comfortable position for meditation. Let my voice guide your awareness as you relax the sensation of your jaw, your mouth, the skin of your face, forehead and scalp, the back of your neck and shoulders, the gentle rise and release of your breath, feeling a sense of harmony and gratitude and calm. I want you to just focus on your breath, and it will wake you up in a little bit, just enjoying that calm. Today that we practice on our mats and working on bringing that calm into our lives. Remembering our breath, the connection of our breath in times of joy, times of stress, a tool we can keep in our back pockets. Slowly opening our eyes. Ladies, thank you for coming to my class today. Enjoy your Friday. Bye-bye.